Hi Aries, and welcome to your October 2021 general reading. And boy, where's this year gone? Ooh. So, you've got two Lenormands. They've all came out differently for everyone. Some people have got one, some have got two, some have got three. So the first card you get is the Sith, and then you get the Ring. Completely different cards, although I have been thinking of them. So the Sith is a tool that people use. I mean, it is a cutter, as you can see, but as they cut the heads of the corn, so it is a card of harvest time, okay? So having to cut the dead wood in order for new life to come through, okay? So human beings, we don't tend to like that part of the cycle, but that is a cycle. Human beings follow natural law. That is what the law is, you know. To get the harvest, we need to cut the grain. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm sort of over explaining myself, but look what comes from it. So you get the ring. The ring is a mandala. So mandala is about wholeness, a sense of completeness. It represents eternity, like eternity in a grain of sand. It also represents marriage. And so some of you might be leaving something behind to enter into something else. Some of you might be cutting back, sifting something. So a really, really good thing to sift is all belief systems, always. All modes of being. I mean, it's really anything that undermines our sense of personal value and worth. Yeah. That is what we need to use a sift for in order to have this sense of wholeness and this beautiful mandala, which is the feeling of eternity. I mean, there's no other way to explain it, and I feel I'm over explaining myself. Very beautiful rings, very beautiful cards. And so we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to pull 7 cards, and I'm sure these cards will show us where the sift needs to go in order to get this sense of wholeness, completeness. We have until now, until about December the 23rd, where we're really being evolutionary supported to make these changes, to keep evolving. And it's not that next year is going to get, it's just going to be harder to make breakthroughs because Jupiter's in Aquarius, so Jupiter supports this process of breaking through. It's absolutely stunning. So, yeah. I mean, I can't explain anything else apart from to make the most of this energy. And it will have other opportunities next year, but not as much in the breaking free from limitations, okay? So I am squeezing every single last part of it and everything. So, and I really, really hope you are, because you really, really want to use this sift so you can get this sense of wholeness, this mandala. It's that beautiful I am. And that's what Aries represents, I am. Yeah? So let's look. So what you want is the Ace of Swords, which is really bizarre, because the Ace of Swords is a gift of clarity. It's a little bit like the Tower card, but it can be double-edged. I find all the aces are double-edged, because to get clarity, we have to see where we've not been clear. Yeah? So you want clear sight. Wow. The gift that's helping you get the clear sight is the 5 of Cups. So yeah, there's definitely a process here that you're working through. So the 5 of Cups as a gift. So the 5 of Cups is an emotional processing card. And maybe that's what the Sith card is, that you're cutting through some old emotional memories, sort of emotional losses, something like that. We'll find out. The challenge is the Seven of Cups. This has been the same for almost everyone. It might be Mercury retrograde. It's in your opposite sign. Mars is in your opposite sign. So this is a feeling of being unclear. And that's probably why you want the clarity. You know, you want this clear vision. So let me carry on. Relationships, you get the Two of Wands. Can I move the camera, guys? A lot of you like to see the cards. Two of Wands. Chariot in money and work. So that's very straightforward. So this could be, for some of you, a relationship issue. Okay. Three of Wands at a soul level, yeah. And I think what you're waiting for is that clarity. Oh, look at your outcome. Oh my gosh. So you get two pages came out. So the pages are the aces, but they're one step ahead of the aces. So the pages actually begin to make something happen. They define. If it's the Page of Cups, then this is a relationship issue. Your relationship is beginning to move forward again. The heart's open. And this is the Page of Wands. Page of Wands tends to represent opportunities. This might be new opportunities in the area of creativity. There's been I'm not saying there's a relationship issue, but there might be a sense of, or something's not working. But this is the renewal. And then it's with the Sun card. So absolutely beautiful. Because if there was a relationship ending, you would have the Death card. And you don't. You have the Five of Cups, which is a card of, you know, what's working, what's not working. The way I describe the Five of Cups is, you know, there's a river, because our emotions are rivers. And when we're healthy, I don't mean, you know, in an ideal world, the river runs through us, but that's not generally the case for any of us. And sometimes we get a little bit emotionally, like we forget, if this is an existing relationship, we forget to communicate, we forget to tend to each other's needs. But the Five of Cups is the gift. So whatever you're going through, whatever you're having to process, if it tends to be past losses, some regret, sometimes it's like, oh, this thing hasn't worked out for me. I want you to keep working with it. You know what, Aries, the problem isn't our feelings. Our problems are when we stop feeling. That's when the problems are. You know, most of us are terrified of emotions that are not full of joy. That's probably including me. So we learn to dissociate from them, and that's what becomes a problem. It's not the feelings. Feelings are meant to run through us. We're meant to use that sieve. We're meant to let go of old beliefs, old jobs, old patterns that no longer work for us. And that's when we follow natural law, universal law. Yeah. So the Five of Cups is the gift, which means maybe a little bit of self-honouring. You know, the self-honouring. And self-honouring sometimes is, oh, I just need to attend to whatever the Five of Cups is about. I mean, what you're looking for is clarity. And the Five of Cups is what's helping you get that clarity. And I guess that's why, you know, these friends or relationships, or sometimes we do it privately, that we get our breakthroughs when we attend to what we're feeling. Remember, Aries, feelings are not the problem. Dissociating from them and not feeling is the problem. Yeah. When we attend to ourselves and what we feel, it tends to just transmute itself really quickly. And look at the end of the month. This is a very, very, very successful job you've done in working through your feelings, because look at the heart. And look at the clarity. Look at this very, very powerful sense of breaking through. So if you need to bring that Sith, I can't see anything ending. All I can see is, unless you're wanting something to end, I am more thinking that maybe cutting through that Sith that tells you to honour what you feel, whatever it is a problem. That was the cut that happened to us many thousands of years ago, and we're still paying the price for it. So honour whatever you feel, happy, glad, sad, and then see what happens. Because this is what's going to birth the Ace of Swords and the 2 pages as the outcome. The challenge is the 7 of Cups, you know. I can't see ahead of me. You know, it's like Neptune. It's like, imagine you're a sailor at sea and you just got loads and loads of fog. Okay? So, don't push. Don't push for clarity. I always think the Ace of Swords, the Aces are gifts. Yeah, you know, and it comes to us like an epiphany when the time is right. Not when we say it's right. Yeah. When the time is right, it comes. You don't push, you don't force. Clarity come when clarity is ready. Now, the 2 of Wands are in your relationships. So the 2 of Wands is a fork in the road, so a little bit uncertain about what's coming next. Again, it's not a crisis card. It's just a it's just a fork in the road. Maybe some people have got to a point in their existing relationships. There's a little bit of a, it's almost, it's quite a lot of deep contemplation, Aries, about what the future holds. Okay? Anyhow, let me carry on. So you've got the Chariot in money and work. So this is about moving forward. Really, really lovely card, because the conscious and the unconscious mind are moving in the same direction. Yeah? Sometimes our issues are, I feel one thing but my head thinks another, or I want something but we're subconsciously sabotaging. We all do it. Yeah? And when we get the Chariot, it's like there's two, the forces are all moving together in the same direction. So this is a great card if you're looking for work. It's a great card if you're creating something, because it's like the doorway is opened for you. Okay, it's like initiation, door open, off I go. So this is where the fantastic moving energy is. And this contemplative energy, I'll try and find out what it's about. So the 3 of Wands is at a soul level, 2 of Wands here in your relationships. So, you know, there's, you're in a you're in a pivot moment. So a pivot moment is, quite often a pivot moment is when we take a step back before we do anything. And what a wonderful way. I guess when Aries is in its shadow, it can be compulsive. So it can rush into things, and then you get the blowback from the environment. I'm sort of laughing. I've got my son in the first house and everyone else goes, no. You know, you get a blowback when what you're really doing is taking a step back to contemplate. Yeah? And that's probably why Mars is in Libra. So the Aries impulse to a certain extent is slowed down in Libra, but not around your work. So this is where you put your Aries impulse and the relationship energy. We're just going to have to let it unfold, because it's definitely unfolding. So look at this, the Page of Cups. Page of Wands came first, okay? So the Page of Wands tends to be about creative opportunities, yeah? So opportunities for new creative ventures. It's with possibilities and potentials. It's absolutely stunning card. And then, look at your heart now. So this is you having worked through whatever this Five of Cups is. Yeah, because when we process our emotions, the water runs clear again. You know, we become open, and then we sort of walk forward. I mean, this could be a new relationship. I'm not sure. For some of you, this story might exist that there's a new relationship potential, but I don't think it'll be until the end of October that it begins to show up, because it's with the Sun card. For others, what is this? I mean, it's the emotional body, the Five of Cups. Yeah, what's the Five of Cups about? Hold on, I want to split the cards in three. Venus is in Scorpio, I mean, and then Mars is going to be in Scorpio, then the Sun is in Scorpio. If we follow natural law, when a sign's in Scorpio is our time to do our emotional healing, by the way. I would say in Capricorn, so it's around the Four of Cups, so it's definitely some sort of emotional issue. The Four of Cups can be a lack of emotional dynamism. So sometimes we feel a little bit, oh God, I mean, if this is an existing relationship, it's, oh my God, there's nothing happening here. Everything feels flat. If not, Aries, and this is not about relationships, this is maybe your energy feeling a little bit flat. And what you've been asked to do is literally attend to yourself. And attending to yourself is, what do I need? How do I care for myself? And then the river starts to flow again. And then we follow natural law. And then the sun comes out again. And then we have another cycle when that time's ready. And once we understand the cycles of life, we don't fight anything anymore. It's just, this is where I'm at. And what you're looking for is this clarity. And the sun, if it brings anything, it brings this complete illumination. And the illumination seems to be coming to your emotional world as well as your creative world. Because the wands are about pioneering, they're about creativity, they are our creative thrust. Yeah? And maybe, but the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups is the gift. And we just have to make sure that it doesn't become, if you're in this period of that it doesn't become, the way I say it is, you make time for it, but you try not build a castle around it, because then that becomes our identity, and that's not what you're about, Aries, in any shape or form, you know. But attending to ourselves and our heart is what adults, that's our job as adults. Or else we give it to everyone else to do. So rather than having relationships, we have, we're, you know, please look after me, you know, doesn't tend to work out very well. So yeah, so Aries, below is a link to my PayPal, because a few people have suggested that I put it up. If you want to donate, but I value your comments and feedbacks just as equally, guys. So I'm just doing it because people suggested, so we can keep the channel going. That's why, okay? And my website's there below. October seems a very, very very interesting month for you. And if you want breakthroughs, it's around work and career and the emotions. You seem to be clearing the river, basically. And clearing the river simply means we're attending to what we're feeling. And as adults, that's our job. You know? sort of letting go of that era of just ignoring ourselves, putting a brave face on it. No, 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 Aries. I'll come and track you down if you do that. So much love, guys. I'll speak to you later. Bye.